Just how strong is the accursed Prince Loki? After what we've been seeing about him, a lot of you guys are putting him in top 5, even top 1 conversations. And personally, I think we need to reel it in just a little bit. But of course, spoilers up through chapter 1175. If you haven't read that far, then you might want to scroll on. So with this most recent chapter, we've got the confirmation that Loki does in fact have the dragon fruit model Nidhogg, which is a thunder dragon in Norse mythology. And obviously, he's freaking huge. And this chapter even explains that whomever eats the fruit does become a very large dragon, but it depends on how big you are as a person already. So of course, Loki being an ancient giant, one of the biggest creatures on the planet, he is becoming the biggest dragon on the planet. Loki's scale is officially ludicrous. And of course, with that comes a ton of power as well. This panel specifically says that the bigger the person, the more power they can pull from the fruit. So no matter how you cut it, Loki's a tough dude. But we really need to go over what his actual feats that we have seen are. Of course, the number one feat that I think everyone's going to point to initially is Loki taking out his father, King Harold, while he was actively boosted by the covenant given to him by Emu. Let's set a couple things straight about this situation. First off, Loki is not fighting a Herald going all out and fully defending himself. He's fighting a Herald who is literally giving him an opening to take him out, after being attacked by Shanks and Skapar. And while Shanks isn't necessarily at his peak at that point, he's still a frickin' problem. And of course, Skapar, the left hand of the Pirate King, those are two legends. So this was a 3v1 fight that Harold was doing very well in, obviously because of the regen. So while Loki definitely landed a very powerful attack using Conqueror's Haki on King Harold here, King Harold was just standing there letting him do it. He was doing everything he could to fight the control of Emu before that control took him back over. So while this is a great feat, it doesn't mean that Loki immediately scales to the strength of King Harold. The next attack we've seen from him is this Nibelheim attack, and this is against a Sleep Tit. So while yes, it's huge and I think this is a good attack, I don't really think it's very indicative of how strong he is. Because I would argue Zoro could do this without a doubt as well. And throw Sanji in there while we're at it. But I will admit, without a doubt, his size is a massive factor. I think Loki is absolutely an insanely powerful character within this world. And I wouldn't be mad if we start putting him around top 10. Because he is single-handedly taking care of virtually everything that's going on Elbaf right now. But my whole point of this video is we still need to give this time. We haven't seen a proper threat, a proper 1v1 with Loki using all of his abilities. And even with all this, while we don't know exactly how it happened, somehow Shanks was able to chain Loki up 6 years ago. So no matter how high we scale Loki, it's always going to be a Shanks upscale until we get the context of the situation. So I make this video just to say, let's calm down just a bit on Loki. He is hype as all hell and I see it. But we need to see some more feats before we really start putting him with the